to Sourdough Central, episode 5.
Hi, I'm Allison Snyder, and this is what my dough looks like now after it's been sitting for a couple of hours. I've done a couple sets of stretch and folds. So you can see that the quality of the dough is now much glossier. In the beginning it was shaggy. It's softer as the proteins are broken down and the process goes along. This becomes smoother and softer. Even if you weren't to do any stretches and folds, it would still happen. It's just a natural process.
Allison, may you please take a closer look?
There you go.
Let's get a closer look.
And it's stretchy.
Will you please fiddle around with it?
And the longer you go, you don't want to go too long, but the longer you go, the more stretchy it becomes as the gluten develops. So what I will do is I will take one side and fold it, and you can always dampen your fingers if you feel like it's a little bit dry.
And you could put it on a cutting board if you want it to be in.
And then I'd fold this over.
If you don't want to fold it, just like.
And then I would take this, and I would stretch this. And then after I'm done, my daughter will say something, but right now I'm gonna finish doing this. And this is the reason I'm doing it like this is because I want you to understand one thing. My bread is very good. And I am doing this in a non-fancy manner. I'm just doing it like basically playing with this. And if you were to go to one of the channels, like the fancy channels, you'd be scared to death and terrified because you would not think you could match up to what they're doing. So I'm trying to show you as a home baker, as a regular person with no practice, how you can make a wonderful loaf of bread easily.
And she's a very...
Not be afraid.
And she's an expert, but you guys, if you haven't baked before, you would be beginners. So this is the perfect thing to get your career started. And
again, I put the damp cloth on there, and I'm covering it up with one of these plastic coverlets to keep the moisture in. And then I'm going to put it. My oven's warm because my husband cooked something for dinner. So I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't get above 82 degrees with my, you can buy one of these on Amazon. It tells you what the humidity is and the surrounding temperature.
And also, when you're fiddling around.
And now I've done 4 stretches and folds. You can do like up to 6 sets over a couple hours. And then you want to let it, after you're done, at this point I could basically let it go and just let it sit there, and it will double in size or almost double in size in probably a couple hours, depending on how warm I keep it. The warmer you keep it, the faster it'll go. And after that, I can proof it, which will be the next step in the next video. My daughter wants to say something now.
But on the sit-on part, you may get a cutting board if you don't want to just hold it in your hands.
That is true. You can get a cutting board, and you can do those stretches and folds on the cutting board. Actually, I'll demonstrate that. I can demonstrate that next, in the next video.
Yes.
Or should I demonstrate it right now?
If you, any is fine, Miss Allison.
I'll do it right now. Might as well.
You could do this wood cutting board,
Okay.
or you could do like
Here's my cutting board.
this other kind of cutting board.
Here's my cutting board.
You can use any cutting board as long as the.
What you would do is you could put some flour on here, and then you could just use the board to
stretch it and
Actually, this
fold it.
needs more than this is not ready yet to be proofed. See how it's like not smooth, and it is smooth, but it's not really stretchy. If I were to pull it, it would come apart,
just fall apart.
and it would probably break apart if I were to pull it. See how it's like breaking apart? That means it's not ready. It needs to be much more elastic than that. So here's what I would do. Stretch it and fold it. 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 Gross. Okay. And I'm not being very sanitary about this, as you can see. However, I'm just doing it to demonstrate. And then you go like this, put it in a ball like that, put it back in the bowl, And I'm going to put a little bit of water on top of it just because I feel like it needs some more moisture. So I'm just going to kind of coat it with moisture. And then I'm going to put my, as you can see, there's no formal way to do this. The bottom line is you want this dough to be in a warm environment and develop gluten. And like I said, whether you do the stretches and folds or not, it will develop gluten on its own just from sitting there. But it helps to speed it along when you do the stretches and folds.
What does gluten mean?
That can be for a different video.
Okay.
Unimportant to know, you just need to know that's what's happening. Unimportant to know exactly what it is for beginners. And one thing I will say is, I should have said this in the first video, is that there's so much terminology and so much new, so much new terminology when you first learn about sourdough that it's really overwhelming. It took me about 3 weeks to actually get comfortable. I had to like Google every single step of the process, and I had to Google almost every single word in the lingo of sourdough. So that's normal. Don't take that as it's too hard for me or I can't do it. You will get through that period and that you will be able to do it in your sleep.
And
it'll all come naturally.
And if you're just a beginner, make sure to watch these videos and subscribe and turn on those notifications.
And tell your friends they don't need to be scared and have lots of bread making parties.
And make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications to Little Red Panda. And we'll see you in the next video.
See you later.